Okay, so Andy, what's happening? Why is Sinatra and Nick here?
Sinatra is our pal, and I invited him in because he's good to shoot the shit with, and I also want an outsider's perspective on a lot of things. However, with Nick, I want to ask. Okay, first of all, hey Nick, how you doing?
Doing well. Well, not doing so hot actually. I had to cancel my show because I'm pretty under the weather over here, but I'm glad to be with you, I guess.
I'm sorry to hear that you're under the weather. How I mean, there's some negatives and some positives here because we did see some clips of you being very upset about Tot Aaron, who was supposed to be joining the show. You were not very happy with that. Is this correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Did you say on Ralph's show that you take a baseball bat to her? Is this something?
Rhetorically, I said I'd like to rhetorically. I think I said I'd like to rhetorically take a lead pipe.
Hey, dude,
So we
your
have
audio is
skips in
fucking-
your audio.
Your mic keeps cutting
My,
like loud and then to low.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me.
I mean, it sounds okay.
Maybe
now.
that's. I'll just try and keep my head in one position. I tend to move around a little bit, so I'll just
That
stay here.
works.
All right, sounds good. So you were supposed to debate Aaron on the show. First of all, why didn't you like Aaron?
Well, it's not. I don't know if it's not that I didn't like Erin so much. I mean, I thought she was just kind of trashy. You know, I don't like to be mean to people that I've never met, but I mean, you look at her teeth and you look at her history with the boob job and the hair job.
We're still going high and low, so if you can fix that, it looks like something is disconnecting.
Oh.
Maybe a stereo input, losing it to
Oh,
mono
no.
or something.
Oh, Ralph joined the show too. What's going on, Ralph? We'll move on to
Andy,
Andy.
man, what's up, dude?
Yeah,
Switch over.
hang on,
This is-
Joe, what up, Ralph? We'll move on in 1 second. Okay, Nick, we'll just wait till Nick fixes his mic there. Oh boy.
Is this better now that I'm on a different mic?
Yeah, that sounds perfect. All right, yeah.
Okay.
So you thought she was trashy, her teeth, her boob job.
Yeah. And I don't like to be mean to people who I don't know. I mean, she doesn't really have that coming from me. But my problem with her being on Bloodsports was, and this was the argument I was going to make to the surprise of JF when he was on America First last night, was I was simply going to say, you guys, Andy and JF, have a really great thing going with Bloodsports. I think you've cultivated a great niche here. It's a great product. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's educational. You know, I mean, who else would be having a debate about? I don't know what this one was about with Jay Dyer, but I guess he is okay. Sure. So you have this great debate. You had Spencer and Sargon on to discuss individuals. I mean, some really great matchups, and then I just think it would have been a little bit debased to turn it into this like gay LA like reality TV drama with Aaron. So that's why I had to come in and save.
I wanted the worlds to collide, Nick. I wanted to create some wicked alchemy.
You're very sick, JF, but I love it. You're like evil, but I love it.
Our
why we like
audience on the last show fucking shit all over us. So then at the end of the show, I did a little bit yelling at JF, and then he agreed with me that Nick, you were going to be the possible life or death of Aaron on the show. So we had you versus Aaron. I thought you already agreed to it. I already tweeted about it, and then JF 5 minutes later was like, he agreed, and I'm like, oh, thank God, I already promoted this thing. And then we find out this morning, or like later, like 2 in the morning, that she vanished from the internet, needed to do some soul searching, deleted her Twitter. She's now on like a private Twitter, and she's gone from Bloodsport. So Nick the Knife Fuentes destroys Aaron before you beat her in the debate before the debate happened.
That's how good. Well, you know what it was? In reference to my theory about Syria, it was my symbolic knife strikes, which demonstrated my credibility to the world. And so I didn't have to actually go in. But it's true. I mean, I'm such a good thought patroller. I'm so clean and quick and cut so deep that
I heard
Now,
Nick, I heard it was because you were going to ask her about Husserl's conception of phenomenology in relation to Kant's noumena.
Yeah.
He fled the house like.
now, Andy, we might have a possibility, if Andy wants and if the Warski Ghetto wants, of having Nick Thought Patrol a lot because I then tweeted on my Twitter when we learned that Aaron was disappearing from the internet that I'm still open to the idea of having a female contributor to the show. And I had responses from many conservative women who are experienced YouTubers, some of them big YouTubers, who are willing to be here and who would like to at least discuss maybe 2 or 3 minutes with Nick, or even perhaps be regular contributors. And I thought of the concept that I call the thought carousel, which is
Oh my God.
it's always what I do when a woman leaves me. I say I'm gonna fuck 12 other women just to prove that she's wrong.
I'll be the thought. Can I be the thought?
Yeah, there you go. Well, okay. I want to just because I didn't expect this at all. I promise you, I'm not the one. I didn't set this up, but Ralph, who is a friend of the show, I've been enjoying him on Kumite. Hung out on the show last night. It's good times. And then I see because Ralph's my pal, Nick's my pal, and then I see on Twitter about maybe a half an hour before the show started, you two were at each other's throats.
Sometimes the best things in life are unexpected, Andy. You know, you never know, man.
I didn't expect this. Can we get like an overview of what happened, or?
So basically, somebody had told me that he was kind of talking shit behind the scenes about the whole bake thing. Then they showed me. Now, to be fair, this is just a Twitter, like, so it's not the end of the world. But he liked a tweet where it says Warski wanted a bigger chunk of the Bloodsport Super Chat pie, so he took out the competition. He's not worried about curry lover Ralph Retard as a competitor. So then I tweeted at him. Let me go back. I'm going to try to go in order here.
And if I may...
Actually, I didn't tweet it. Actually, I didn't tweet at him. I tweeted at the person who originally said that.
No, you tweeted at me.
No, here's the original tweet.
You did. No, man up to it.
Nick.
Man
I
up
got
to
the tweet
it.
right here, dude. I mean, I mentioned you in the tweet. I subtweeted you, if you want to know the truth. But I didn't tag you. I said, let me read it. I said, LMAO, you seem upset. I'm talking to the other guy. Also kind of funny that Nick liked this, given the fact that he isn't even white himself.
Okay, yeah. So,
And that was-
I think
that
we're
was-
splitting. And then this
that
is
was the bar,
what
yeah.
you do.
Hey,
Splitting
I want to say to Nick, I didn't take out. I was, in my opinion, out of everyone, I was being the nicest to Baked. I was giving him, advice like this and that, and he came into the Kumite. He was being a cunt to all of us. He's a little rat. He starts flagging Kronos and American Pride, all these people.
He wasn't doing that.
And he did. Don't.
He wasn't. Where's the
There-
evidence?
there is
Where's the evidence?
Well,
for
there's
that?
an audio clip of him saying it.
Saying what?
Of him saying, "Fuck
He
these
wants to
guys!
flag?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take them all down. I'm gonna start flagging them and have them removed off of YouTube." And then he just sent JF, not a death threat, but sort of like a, "Hey, you better watch out!" Like these really vague threats. And
Oh,
then
come
saying,
on.
"Yeah, no, he did." And then he said,
did.
"Baked Alaska is scum. Why are you defending him, Nick? Where's your proof?"
I haven't heard the supposed audio about him flagging.
Supposed.
Video. I
Supposedly.
haven't heard that.
We've been talking about it the last 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, have you played it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did play it in the news segment of two days ago, I believe.
I played it too on my show.
Yeah, so the statement by Baked was like, all of these people who have threatened me, who have threatened my life, including Warski, I'm gonna take them down. They're gonna fail. I'm gonna take down their YouTube channel. All of their YouTube channel are gone.
Okay,
that
so
was-
but did he mean that he was going to flag your videos and get them removed,
Well,
or did he?
right
did he would
after that clip was
outcompete?
removed, right after that clip was removed or released, we have Kronos, American Pride, and some others getting struck down. Then we did have proof from a sponsor who was texting Baked during the Kumite about the Kumite, so he was obviously watching. I promote Kronos 2, and within 5 minutes of me promoting Kronos 2, he was struck down, and now we have evidence from Poseidon that Baked Alaska gave him a copyright strike. So Baked is on a fucking tear right now to destroy everyone who try to ruin his credibility, even though we were just giving him advice on his show.
I hear what JF describes as paraphrasing what was in that audio clip. And if he's saying, I'm going to take down the threats against my life and I'm going to take down these channels, from my perspective, I hear he's going to outcompete them. I don't hear he means he's going to get them flagged. I think that sounds to me like
he said, I'm going to get them removed off of YouTube. He said, I'm going to get them removed off of YouTube, and they will.
He said that? He said, I will get them removed off of YouTube.
Yep, there was the audio clip of that. And JF, can you tell Nick what he messaged you on Discord? The last part.
No, so, yeah, I mean, I want to say that I want to join you guys with the reaching of the facts, but I understand Nick's approach, and I don't want my participation to this discussion as compelling Nick to hate Baked Alaska. I don't care. I like the way Nick goes at it. He doesn't take anything for granted, and personally, I'm fine with this.
Fair enough, yeah.
Now, what I did receive from Baked Alaska in my Discord DM is... First, he started sending me threats that were done by some of his fans or someone that he heard about. Someone contacted him and said, I'm going to kill JF. And he sent me these threats saying, oh, you might want to check with the police. There's someone wanting to kill you. Now, I'm not saying that he was threatening me. I'm not saying that Baked has acted unethically there, but I did decide to block him because I don't want to receive these threats. And to anyone who's friend of mine and who thinks that they are doing service, I say, don't send me threats done by others, just ignore them. I don't want to receive them. By passing me threats of others, you are playing in their tactic of intimidation. But Ralph, he also sent me another comment where he said, well, I'm going to tell everyone that I know that Warski Live is untrustable and it's an non-trusted source, and I'm going to try everything I do to discreditize the Warski Live as a show since you guys defamed me.
And also, Ralph, you just posted something. What's that?
No, that's Poseidon, his clip about getting flagged from Baked Alaska. A video that I believe Baked Alaska told him to make that video back in the day.
Yeah, I watched that.
Here goes another one where he's talking about this is the actual Baked Alaska audio, according to my co-host from the kill stream. He just sent me that. I know for a fact he said it because we literally went through his entire audio leak like 2 or 3 days ago on the channel. So.
And just to clarify for Nick here, I have the piece of recording which we were talking about. So let's have Nick hear it.
Need any of these people? They're all fucking fake ass e-celeb drama, high school drama. Dude, they're so mad at me. They are all getting their YouTube channels taken down permanently, and they will all be on YouTube again.
I mean,
we have people like Styx literally advocating for murdering me. Like, what? This is a demonic spiritual attack.
It's retarded.
Oh my god!
Right.
And Styx said he was just posting lyrics as a troll in one of the fucking.
No, I found it in this Kabbalah book. I found the actual verse that he did.
Yeah. So then Ralph and Nick, this obviously, I mean, Nick and Ralph, you guys were good just the other day. Nick was on your show.
Oh yeah, and then Ethan Ralph decides to attack me because I like the tweet. You gotta love it. You know?
That's not the only reason.
Give me a break. Give me what was the
why did you like the tweet?
What was the other stuff? What was the other stuff then? No.
Did you read what the tweet said?
No. You said
I just heard you talking.
It wasn't just you liked the
There's nothing else.
There was other stuff. What was the other stuff?
But let's go back to the tweet itself.
What was the other? Okay, sure. Let's start with the tweet and then let's talk about
the tweet. Says Warski wanted a bigger chunk of the Bloodsport Super Chat pie, so he took out the competition. Mm-hmm. He's not worried about Curry lover Ralph Retard as a competitor. So, I mean, what do you agree with that tweet? Do you think that it was, Warski trying to conspire against...
I think it's an interesting thought. I think it's I think that we can't look at the current dispute with Baked Alaska outside of the context, which is the elephant in the room, that you guys are all obviously competitors, that you're all essentially producing a similar product at similar times. So but hear me out.
There's a problem there. There's a problem with this, though. There's a problem. There's a problem with your thought there. My criticism of Baked Alaska was he was diluting his show and making it worse. I wanted his stats, views, everything to rise. He was doing everything in his power for his views to decline. And he was upset that I criticized that. I wanted him to be part of the IBS network because I think he's a good booker and he was a good moderator.
Whatever. But I can like a tweet.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
That's fine. You know, I didn't posit that theory. I didn't say it's 100% true.
That's true.
And JF said it's legitimate. That I don't think we can look at this entirely outside the context of the fact that you're competitors. And you can say, well, I want him to get better, and it's the, you know, this and that. I'm not really interested in the tit for tat. I don't even know all the facts of the drama because I haven't been watching, you know, fucking 8 hours of live streams a day. But, you know, what's the next thing? Baked Alaska said this. Tonka Sauce said that. You know, but I think I see this shit going on, and I see somebody say, oh, well, you know, let's put it in context. Warski and Baked Alaska are competing. Ralph is a newcomer onto – I mean, he just had a big stream recently with me and James. So interesting thought. But then, Ralph, I'm allowed to like a tweet. You know, I don't agree. It's not an endorsement. Do I have to have fucking likes and RTs or not endorsements in my profile for you to not – directly and personally attack me? It wasn't even just that you were like, oh, and Nick, you like this tweet, but this isn't true. It wasn't like you DM'd me behind the scenes and were like, why did you like this? But you directly attack me, and not only directly attack me, but you
what's the attack, though, that you're not white? I mean, does that really hurt your feelings saying that?
He's not even white. I mean, it's just such a juvenile thing.
I mean, it was it was pretty much just me fucking with you. Like, I really don't understand. So then you sent a tweet out and you said, hold on, I'm trying to find your original tweet. I actually thought it was funny, to give you credit. You said whiter than your children would be. Excuse me.
Which is true.
Yeah, well, okay. that probably is true.
Not that you care.
I really don't care, but yeah, that's true, actually. And so what did I say? Okay, so then I'm trying to, you know.
Wait, but we talked about the tweet. What was the other stuff you alluded to? We talked about I like the tweet, which was sufficient for you to attack me.
I don't want to get into that. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, now we don't want to, because you make shit up.
No, I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. I'm just saying, people, there may be merit to it. There may not be merit.
Okay. So you're full of shit, clearly. But go on.
It's not full of shit. But anyway, So yeah, your original tweet was Baked Alaska is innocent. So that's what the original tweet was, which is kind of I don't know what you're referring to. Innocent in which way? Like, which way did you mean that?
Baked Alaska is a personal friend of mine. I know him pretty well. We go back to Charlottesville. I met him in Charlottesville. I met him in LA. And he's as far as I know him, he's a great guy, and I know him personally, and I met him personally. He's a Christian, and I don't know everything about this drama. I don't know what he said in that clip. I think, you know, maybe we have to have an explanation from him. But as far as I'm concerned, he's a good guy. Maybe he's a little bit misguided, which I'll give you. And I told him myself, I said I wasn't really thrilled with this cast of characters you brought on, but that's really not even.
Well, you were on stream laughing at him with me and making fun of him and saying I
wasn't making fun of him. I was making fun of Chaggett.
And you were laughing at him. You were like, "Come on, Bake! Like, what are you?"
Well, yeah, I said he should end this stream. As somebody who cares about him, as somebody who even feels a little bit bad, I said that you should end this abuse, essentially, and that's what I maintain. But then you have people that are saying he's a terrible person, kill yourself.
Well, I think
should never work again. It's really overkill.
Let me say something. I'll say this: I don't know about the doxing. The more I look at that, the more I think
framed. Okay, there you go too. Another thing.
That part of it, I think that was probably set up by a third party just trying to pour flames on. And I don't know that for a fact, you know, maybe not. But the more I think about it, the more, you know, the stream we did last night, there's obviously a lot of, you know, third party characters floating around.
And since you bring that, I think it's very important that I intervene here and raise the elephant in the room, because Beck's frustration, if we defamed him, is partly justified. And so I want to clear this up. Andy,
I said
the
this
last
already.
time we talked about it, you said that you were 99% sure or something like that,
99%
that
sure.
baked ducks. Have you withdrawn this statement?
Yes. So what I said was, if what has happened, that there was a third party who framed him, that doesn't matter to me, because everything else that he's done and the way he's treated absolutely everyone has been garbage, and I just see him as a shitty person. But I will take back the doxing thing, since we do not have full evidence, and after last night talking with Ralph and seeing the type of character that Zoom is, there is a very high possibility that Zoom was the third party who tried to frame Baked. But besides all that,
I mean, all I was saying is
something we'll
we
need
can't
to
say for
talk
sure.
tonight, and I will let Raf talk, and we can talk about it later. But there is an ethical reporting problem in the blood sports community. I'm not very happy about what I saw of the last 2 days from people I respect, like Tonkasa. Andy, now you've retracted your statement, so I'm fine. We have to be careful, but let's talk about this later. Ralph, you were speaking.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say that's all I mean about the doxing. I think there might be a point there. I don't obviously we can't really say who did it, but I just think, maybe that was kind of a frame job. I don't know, but he did other stuff too, like talk about coke use and stuff, personal stuff.
So
on
what,
stream.
you guys? Oh, are we really going to pretend all?
Yeah,
of a
but
sudden
come
that
on, that was that
we're the
line.
moral arbiters?
So me and you go
But-
snort some
but-
coke, and then we get.
You guys
but
know I'm
it
a
was-
Catholic, I'm traditional, but are we really going to pretend that Baked Alaska deserves this over the top bullying?
Hey,
I mean,
it
more
wasn't
than
just-
anything,
it
I hate
wasn't
the
just
mob.
that,
I hate
Nick.
the mob that's going to turn this into this vicious cycle of everyone's hating on Baked. Let's hate on Baked.
Nick, if you don't know everything that had happened up to this point, you don't understand why a lot of us are pissed off.
Yeah.
Right? And I
don't think I don't think anything warrants the kind of. I mean, it's just straight up.
my straight up response to him was, fuck him. I don't want to talk to him. That was my response. That was it. Because he's a piece of shit, in my opinion. We were all just trying to help him. His channel went from great debates, good views, to all this, to him sitting in a room with 5 people, fucking pissing everyone off, and it was tanking. I gave him a suggestion. Hey, just have a separate channel for your IRL stuff from your main stuff. And then he was upset about that, and I think he was also upset at the fact that JF had the suggestion to bring Aaron on the show.
I think a lot of people were criticizing him because of Aaron. Don't you understand where he rightly is upset that he got all that flack? I mean, originally, when I came into it on the Ralph Retort stream, and I was like, why is everybody mad at Baked Alaska? I've been following this. Everybody said, oh, well, it's because he spurred out on his live chat, which is big fucking deal. So what? Medicare, who I like, he's going to make it into this. He's shitting on the people who made him big. There is so much excess in the live chat. Are we going to pretend on my live chat all day long, the kind of profanity and the gross stuff that goes on there? The worst you could say is he spurred out on the live chat. Big deal. People said, oh, well, he's hanging around with Aaron. He's hanging around with these weird people. But then he comes on to Blood Sports, and you guys not only say, oh, Aaron's actually okay, but we're going to bring her on for a regular role. Don't you understand where he's coming from at the very least? I mean, we have to have some level of empathy that we're all, I think, on the same page. We were all cool up until about a minute ago. We're all doing kind of the same thing, either as competitors or as hosts for the Blood Sports. And here's this guy where he's getting just shit down the throat. I mean, people are all over him because of this Aaron chick. And I think I'm not familiar with how involved you are with that. But then you go on and say, we're going to hire her on our show. I mean, don't you see where he has some legitimate grievance there?
Can I just say this, though? At every step of the way, he dug his hole further. So, first off, there's the Saturday stream, the Saturday night stream, which is just surreal to watch and think about. You were on there watching it with me. Mm-hmm. Then he comes on Warski the next night, and he's kind of, please put my link in the description. He's getting into it with people again. Just, picking at Jim. Who the fuck fucks with Jim? I mean, that's just not a good idea in the first place. I realize he went at him, but then he comes on the Kumite the next day. okay, so he comes there nominally to face me, which is fine. I was, kind of having fun with the whole thing. But instead, he turns it on everybody else. So it just ends up being, 3 or 4 on 1 stomp out session. And he did that to himself, though, because if you listen to the beginning of the Kumite, Andy's sticking up for him. He's just like, I think it'll be all right. He can probably get past this. But when he gets on there, he just keeps digging his hole further and further every step of the way. Then you have the leaked audio. Then you have him talking about flagging channels. Like it's him continuing to dig. I will say the last day or two, it does seem like maybe he's realized that that's not the way to go, and he's kind of stopped, doing that kind of stuff. At least maybe that's the charitable view. I don't know, but I just haven't heard as much about it. So I don't know. I just feel like he kept this snowball rolling downhill. That's kind of how I see it. So.
I don't know. I heard a lot of just nasty stuff said about him. I mean, people saying that he's not a real man. He's a pussy. He should kill himself. I mean, because you guys, I mean, you can say on the stream, you can say, I heard that Tonka saw. I don't know. I haven't talked. These are things I've heard.
There were some things said.
Yes, but in like what Ralph was just saying, we were all being decent and this and that. Tonka, literally, it took Tonka 1 hour of just getting worn down until Tonka went and snapped and then said all those things. And then Baked was like, him and Baked planned to fight each other. And then Tonka's like, fine, I'll fight you. Fine. All right, if you want to plan a fight, let's do it. And then Baked backed down and then accuses Tonka of inciting violence when Baked was like, yo, all right, I'll fight you. And trying to act tough. So Tonka only went to pussy and you're not a man and blah, blah, blah after 1 hour of being worn down.
Plus, what is he so mad about? I mean, people were laughing at him. I understand. It's nobody likes to be laughed
nasty. It's just a lot of nasty and it's unwarranted.
What are you saying, though? Please, no bully, though? Come on.
I feel to see. Yeah, well, no, look, Baked Alaska, here's kind of the thing here. At the end of the day, Baked Alaska is a human being, and like, didn't Warski? Didn't you go down to LA and like meet him and hang out with him? I don't know. Maybe I'm old fashioned, but I think that Baked Alaska's a friend. And look, deal with it in private. I think so much of this has gone off the rails because this is like, first of all, this is just drama that is silly in my opinion. But regardless of that fact, these are conversations between people that should be had offline. I think that you take the situation. I was being
decent the entire time.
You take the situation. And privately. Okay, all right. Excuse me. You take the situation where it starts out that like he had a shitty stream and you were giving him advice, whatever. He's a human being. Call him on the phone. Talk to him in the DMs. We turn into this circus where we're like competing for scraps of bread, thrown in from the Coliseum, from the audience. I like blood sports because it's about the issues. It's about ideas. We go into blood sports and it's no holds bar, but it's about human sociobiology, or it's about gun control or whatever. It's not about like, but you're a pussy. Well, you said this. And I think that he's a human being. He's a personal friend of mine. He was a friend of your guys. And maybe he was misguided. Maybe we disagree with some of the things he did. I think you can find fault on both sides. I think what has to happen.
I have to step in for a second. I have to step in, Nick. I have to step in. We were being nice when he was on my stream. It ended up like chill. I said I was going to promote him, this and that. And the next day, he aired my public shit in front of thousands of people when I was saying stuff like, yeah, we're going to help Baked. We're going to turn this around. He came on, was just upset about I don't know what, because we ended up in good terms, and then aired my shit in public. So what Asian Andy, even in the chat, said, because Asian Andy has watched this whole mess unfold, he aired my shit publicly, which that was what opened up the floodgates for everything, which made him angrier, which made him say more stuff, and then the hole kept being dug deeper and deeper. I understand what you're saying. But it's like I said, after I said what I had to say, then I'm like, all right, that's it.
But you just have to be able to laugh at it at a certain point, right? Like,
it's easy for
dude. I've been arrested.
you guys
what are you talking about? You just posted my mugshot on your fucking Twitter. You don't see me crying about it.
Well, and we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a moment.
But you're like, please don't bully. Please, poor Baked Alaska. Please don't bully him. Oh, you guys are so fucking mean to Baked Alaska. Oh God, please leave the guy alone. Oh my God, and you're doing all this shit. Like, come on, dude.
Shut the fuck up, fag. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that in a moment.
Why you deserve? Is he paying you right now? Is that what's going on? I don't understand
what you have coming. Listen, you 5'1", 300.
I'm not even 5'1".
Hacky Mary and drunken slob felon. We will get into that. We will get into that. Yeah, you're
okay, guys. Talking over each other.
Into that in a moment.
Discount bitch.
Guys. Talking over each other doesn't serve anything. So let's hear Nick on Andy, and then let's get into the second issue, the mugshot. So Nick.
So on Andy, look, this is a very silly drama with Baked Alaska. I don't think anything that's been done on either side is anything that can't be unwrung, is anything that can't be forgiven. I think on Baked Alaska's side, if he just goes back to doing debates like he used to do, back to doing blood sports. And I don't know, you guys are going to have to sort it out behind the scenes. I don't think that Baked Alaska deserves the kind of hate that he's gotten, because you can sit there and say, oh, well, I was nice. And of course, I think there's a bias there. And you can say, well, we were really nice and we said all the right things and it was all him. But I think you're leaving out the fact that there's this mob mentality. There's this mob effect where now it's the world against Baked Alaska. And ultimately for what? Because he yelled at his live chat, because he had like a stream, which I acknowledge was not my cup of tea. I think it's like the height of silliness. I don't know what it is. It's cabin fever. It's a change in the energy. It's like what Mike Cernovich is talking about. It's a shift in the energy, but it's very negative. It's not generative. And at the end of the day, it's just goofy. It's just a silly thing. Just sort it out behind the scenes.
He swung at me. I swung back. And I'm done with that. That's all I could say.
I think part of Bake's meltdown was because he is moving to this IRL streaming, and it is kind of like a reality show. So he wants to give it that reality show feel.
True. Yeah.
Yo, I got a question. Does that mean that Aaron is fair game to be the tot on my podcast?
Yeah.
Does everybody give fair game?
That stinky hoe.
If she returns from her vanishing.
So I like the perspective we've had here. What happened is a kind of escalation of violence, of verbal violence, where I agree with Nick's view there. It wasn't much at the beginning, but the response wasn't much either. And there was paranoid thoughts on the side of Baked at some point, which led him to state these things on the record, which lead us to believe some things. And there are wrong actions on our side. And at some point in that escalation, thought that that Baked has doxed him, where he may not have been. He may just have been pissed at the channels and wanting to suppress channels for what he believed were legitimate reasons. So it's an escalation.
In my defense, on the escalation stuff, it was everything that he did up to that point, and then he went on the phone for half an hour, and then I get a DM with pictures from his Discord with my family's address and their names, and the person who posted it wasn't removed off of his Discord or banned or anything for having my family's stuff there. And then the email comes in that looked like it was from like Baked and a hacker. So in my defense, I have never been me being doxxed, whatever, I don't care. My family being doxxed, I was in shock. And then everything that had led up to that point, it was like the suspect looked like it was him. You know what I mean? Like that's what it looked like. Sure. So in my defense, I was just, in fact, when I saw that, I was just like, I had to leave Kumite. I was like, guys, I need to fucking deal with this shit. And I fucking peaced out. So in my defense, I was in shock seeing that stuff. So.
Well, sure. And that's why this kind of stuff has to be dealt with man to man. That's why we all, and this is a big problem, I think, is the dehumanization of it. Is, at the end of the day, we're people. Andy, you're a guy. Baked Alaska's a guy. We can talk to each other. We have a lot more in common with each other than we do not have in common. And JF said himself, you know, it escalated, and we're at this point now where we're at each other's throats, and it's fake Alaska's a piece of shit, and blah, blah, blah. But it started out over goofy stuff. And I just think that picking up the phone and saying, hey, Baked, I want to understand where you're coming from. You know, this is where I'm at. My family got doxxed. Maybe you can sympathize with that, and so on and so forth. But doing it in the Coliseum, it's fine for political discourse, but to, you know, destroy these personal relationships. And Ralph's going to say, and I think this is a point that has to be made. Ralph's going to say, oh, no, bully, you're white knighting for Baked. In a way, yeah. In a way, absolutely, because Baked Alaska's a friend of mine, and I'm not going to throw him under the bus like many have. Many people who are friends with Baked, without hearing all the facts, without understanding what's going on, threw him right under the bus based on rumors they heard, malicious rumors, things that weren't true, that he doxed people, that he got Vince, the Red Elephants banned from Twitter, all kinds of stuff. Threw him right under the bus. And I'm a human being. Baked Alaska's a friend of mine who I know personally, and so I got to defend him. He's my friend.
Fair enough.
And I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I actually respect that.
Honestly,
I mean,
yeah.
loyalty, friendship, dude. I got respect for that.
You can shove that.
No, I mean, I'm serious. I got respect for it. But in the next sentence, you're talking about me. You're posting my mugshot. Yeah. You're talking about all the shit we have in common. But you know, it's okay for you to do what you do.
Let's talk about
you're off the map. You're talking about it's cool for Laura Loomer to dox Mike Anick's wife.
I didn't say.
Oh
that.
my God!
When did I ever say that?
Don't let me make a joke about your sister. You know what I mean? So it's just you're all over the map, Nick.
Let's get into it, Ethan. Do you want to get into it?
I mean, if you would like, can I? Narration.
This galloping. This is, and I hate that expression because Destiny uses it, but this is what you do. If we really break down and look at the things that you're saying, like we did a moment ago, where you're saying, well, he liked the tweet, and also I heard other stuff, and then I said, well, what is the other stuff? And you say, oh, I don't really want to. If we break down what actually happened, and I don't think you want to do that because you'll see what actually happened.
Definitely fine with that. I'll definitely fine with that. Okay, so can we get back to my narration? If you have any problems, you can check. So you said, you know, whiter than your children be, which I actually thought was funny. It is funny. And then I said, I mean, you could just come on the show tonight and talk about your defense of the white race, which is another joke, by the way. Or just bitch out like you did the last time I asked you to come on, and you didn't really bitch out. I talked to you, and you said you're busy. Whatever. I was
nice bait, mate.
I was fucking with you. I was fucking with you. Then I said, too busy sucking Baked Alaska's cock? ? Which, you know, nice touch. I thought. And I said, or we could chat about how Nick apparently thinks Baked Alaska's implosion was a massive conspiracy perpetrated by Andy Warski. Then I said, or we could chat about him being stuck so far up Trump's ass that he can tell you what he had for lunch today, supporting the Syria strike like a good little neocon. Sad. And then after I did that, by the way, to me, this is all just whatever. We're just talking shit. Then you post a picture of my wife, me and my wife. You post a picture of my mugshot, which I've been to jail. Like, it's not even a secret. I just got out 3 months ago. Everybody knows I went to jail. The Washington Post wrote an article about it. I mean, I doubt they would write an article about you if you went to jail because you're nobody. But, you know, when something happens to me, people pay attention. But regardless.
Very cheap, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's just accurate.
That's cheap. But, you know, you have to rely on cheapness, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's accurate, Nick.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Finish.
So, and then you posted that. You said, why would the Ralph retort attack me so viciously for no reason? To me, these aren't really vicious attacks, by the way. But you said, Ethan, you shouldn't lash out at others when your entire life is a massive self-own, you fat slob. Then you posted a picture of me and my wife, which my wife was, you know why you did that. You were trying to roll up
Why did I do that?
front.
Why did I do that, Ethan?
Okay, well, tell me why you did it. You're here. Why don't you just say it?
Oh, just to show the real winner,
yeah.
Mr. Ethan Ralph.
Just to drag my wife into it, right?
Well, I think it's kind of funny how you take me posting a picture of your wife as an insult. I think it's
I don't take it as an insult. I do.
It's very telling that you're
beautiful, dude. You little 19-year-old faggot. You'll never have a woman like my wife.
You're very triggered by this.
You will never have a woman like my wife. Brilliant, intelligent, fucking beautiful.
I should hope I would never.
You fucking dirty wetback stick. Don't try to talk. But anyway, no, it's not that. It's that you drug her into
I want a wife who doesn't.
It's that you drug her into this, and then when I talked about your sister being a fucking race mixer herself, that's a lesbian fucking black chicks, you got all mad.
Well, yeah, because that's a lie.
Okay, well, prove it then.
Because you
prove it then. We have Instagram posts of her,
And what is the post?
Up, and there's other evidence.
It's a picture
I didn't go too far.
With another.
You and your fanboys started talking about flagging me, so I had to delete a few things.
Sure.
My account over your dumbass. But,
Are you finished? Do I get my side?
Yes,
or are we still on the Ralph show?
you should. I think you
All
should
right,
allow to see.
yes, the all important Ralph retort. No, well, it's funny how you open out with like Ralph retort. He's the biggest name. If I got in jail, nobody would know because Ralph retort. Yeah, you're
they
all the
wouldn't.
rage. You're all the
They
rage.
wouldn't. I mean, just look at your channel, dude. I'm killing your channel right now.
Excuse me, I'll let
Go
you
ahead.
finish.
Go
Ralph
ahead.
retort. You're all the rage since Gamergate. Highly relevant. But anyway, I mean, it's so funny to me, just the amount of, I don't even know what you would call it here, but when you launched this 3-tweet attack on me, where you're saying, and let me scroll down and find it because you're retweeting all my friends. It's this 3-part attack where you're saying you're sucking Baked Alaska's dick, and you're so far up Trump's asshole, and you're this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Because I like the tweet, you attack me out of a clear blue sky and say, you're not white. And I say, okay, yeah, well, your kids aren't white. It's funny because you attack me on a race basis, and it's like you even care about your race. You're going to dilute it down.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Okay, then you attack me about it.
I won't say I don't care about the white race.
Excuse me, can you control yourself? This is why you got locked up for public disorderliness. You can't control yourself. So
yes, you can't control. You talk about thought patrol, but you can't even thought patrol your own sister. So
let's get into that. So you launch into this attack on me because I like a tweet. I respond. You respond with boom, boom, boom. You suck this and you're that and this and that. I mean, 3 parts. And you're like, oh, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. I was just kidding around, Nick. When I did that 3-tweet long tirade about you're sucking this and you're up this guy, it was jokes, guy. And then I throw up and I say, okay, look, you're going to attack me. Probably not the best idea.
Why is it not? Do you really think you're some like hot shit, dude? You're nothing.
Excuse me. It's not a good idea to attack me when you're like 5'1". I'm
not 5'1".
Here we go again, please. Okay, so you're a little man. You're very overweight. You've been arrested. You've been in jail, and I'm saying, look, you're going to attack me about my whiteness. You're going to attack me about this and that, and you're married to somebody who's not white. And look, I'm not against interracial because I'm like a Wignat, like Nazi. It's because it's not good for the longevity of the marriage. It's not good for the health of the kids. The Catholic Church says it's not a sin. It's just not advisable. And so I didn't put that up there for any other reason than to say your attack on me, your initial attack was you're not even white. And the point was to say you're attacking me for my race, and you're married to somebody who's demonstrably not.
I was joking.
And then additionally, and then you're joking.
By the way, stop talking so loud, Nick. You're gonna wake up your mom, dude. So keep it down.
Oh, that's charming. But then you get into, and this is, I post a picture of you and your wife. I didn't say your wife is ugly. I didn't say your race mixing is bad. I didn't say your wife is this or that or anything.
No, but you drug her into the argument.
Excuse me.
No, fuck that. I'm gonna talk that. You drug her into the argument.
No, you'll get your chance to respond.
JF, you drug her into the argument.
I get to explain
Ralph. Here we are on Warski Live. We are not.
They will let him
we
respond.
are not on the Ralph retort, and
That's
here
true.
the responses can last up to a minute or two.
Andy,
you blasted him a lot, so he needs to go through everything you said. Nick, go ahead.
Thank you. So the point I didn't bring her in. You brought in race, and I said, okay, and this is in relation to you. This is somebody that you selected as your spouse. You said, I'm going to marry this person. So if you're going to attack me like you're not racially pure, it's like, okay, but then you're not even playing by your own rules. So, and I can say just as well, if you're going to say that you can say these nasty, disgusting things about me and Baked and Trump and all this, and it's just jokes, but I say, oh, well, you're fat and you're a felon, and you say, well, everybody knows that, but that warrants you then to come in. And here's where it changes. Here's where it becomes, maybe all that could be banter, but then you come in and you attack my teenage sister, who's not even 20 years old, who's in college. And not only do you attack her, she's not like, your wife goes on your shows. Your wife is in the community. She's involved. My sister is not involved. She's not on the battlefield. She's completely not involved. She's an innocent. She's not even that right wing at all. Innocent teenage girl. And you make up lies, or you continue to spread lies, which you admit you don't even know they're true, disgusting lies, but you say them with certainty.
Or let's get Ralph to respond.
You say she is.
Let's
wait. We have to say.
I mean, how long does this guy get to talk?
Yeah,
but wait. But he's
he gets to talk as long as he has not finished addressing the point.
But he's
still addressing. He is still addressing.
He's adding so many points that Ralph can't
No.
remember.
He is not adding any points. He is addressing what Ralph has been saying.
Go ahead, Nick. But
whatever.
But it's a long response to remember to know what to respond to. If we could do this in chunks, that'd be better. But go ahead, Nick.
Well, because Ralph wants to jump right over it, like, oh, and then this little thing happened. But no, he made up a lie about somebody who is completely innocent, who's totally not involved, and a disgusting lie. It didn't say like, oh, people are saying this, there's a rumor about this. He posts a picture from my sister's private Instagram of her with a black friend of hers and says this constitutes evidence that she is race mixing and No, I'm sorry. He said she's some kind of coal burning degenerate or something to that effect.
No, yes, that's the
you attack my family, and based on lies, you make up a lie like that. You've crossed the line. That's
dude.
Not
You attacked
fans.
my family first off.
I did not attack.
You fucking co-signed Enid's wife getting doxxed. You have a very selective, ground rules here. That's your problem. It's cool for you to do things. It's cool for you to bully people.
What was my attack on your family?
But if somebody goes after Baked Alaska,
what was my attack on? Yeah, you can attack. You can
guys,
attack.
To clarify,
dude. By the way, go ahead,
Ralph. To clarify, was the picture posted by Nick the picture that's already available from the Washington Post?
No,
and is that what you called the doxing of your wife?
No, I didn't say my wife got doxxed. My wife,
okay.
No, it wasn't that she got doxxed. I said that he put her picture out in his, during his attack on me. Which, by the way, dude, there's plenty of shit to attack me with. I don't have a problem with that. I think it's cool. Go ahead and attack me. This is all just internet shit talk. That's what we do. But you're dragging my wife in. It's like, why are you doing that? Obviously, now you've taken it to another level. Now you brought her in, so to me it's no holds barred at that point. Like,
I explained that to you very clearly. It wasn't an attack. It was not an attack on her. An attack on her would be, do you understand? Get it through your thick fucking head for a moment. Try to distinguish the difference here. Ralph is attacking me based on my race, but he seems not to care about race himself. Nick's sister is participating in this degenerative, vile behavior. Try to finesse that out. What's the difference there, you fucking fat retard? Can you tell me what the subtle nuance is there, the difference between the two? And then you bring up and you say, oh, well, you did what you did.
It's no holds barred, dude. I don't give a fuck. You think I give a fuck? Like, seriously.
Wow, I think when people say,
cry more, and you talk about your sister being a teenager, dude, you're a fucking teenager. Like, how old are you? Like, seriously, you're like 19, right? Yeah, so who gives a fuck, dude?
I'm 19 and
you're on the internet talking shit. You get what you get.
Yeah, okay.
Please no bully. Please no bully. Do you know where the fuck you are, dude? This is the goddamn internet. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Oh, please don't bully me. Wow. My sister and Baked Alaska and all these people. And God, please be nice to them.
You're absolutely vile. You're as ugly on the inside
it's
as
just
you
honest.
are on the outside.
You fucking attack how you attack and then run and cry when you get what you gave right back at you.
You're obese.
And if you think I give a fuck, dude, you're a fucking little piece of shit. That's all you are. A little discount Ben Shapiro who thinks he's going to be a pundit and you're not. You look at your little green screen. You look like a faggot back with your background. It just looks like the most Bush League, nastiest, just laughable shit I've ever seen in my life. Good Lord, you'd be better just to do an audio podcast. You look like a joke in front of that fucking green screen. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Who brought
me on my appearance? You got plenty of room to talk about appearances, fat boy. How tall are you? If you're not 5'1", tell me how tall
I am 5'9". So.
Oh really? Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm sure. And not only are you a little guy, but you're like what?
I'm a little guy. What are you, dude?
And you're like 10,000 pounds. And not only that, but
I'm actually since you want to bring my weight. I lost 100 pounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I agree. Thank you, faggot. I appreciate that.
Congratulations. It got
so
wait,
hold on. I need to know who brought up race first. Which one of you brought up race first?
I believe that would be Ralph. I believe that would be the fat fag.
Oh, is that right? Dude, this is blood sports. If you can't stop crying, why don't you just go home?
Not crying.
You're talking about, they said, please leave Baked alone. Please don't talk about my sister after I drug his wife into it. Fuck off, dude. If you're that big of a pussy, why don't you just turn off your goddamn computer?
Low IQ. Everybody.
No, you're just a faggot. You're just a wannabe fucking pundit. You're never gonna get there. You're never gonna get there.
Okay.
So
how many followers do you have?
Kind of bad.
How old are you? You've been at this for far longer than I have. and I'm so
okay. Well, how did your show do this past week versus
how
how
I'm doing better than you?
Hey, how did your show do versus how mine did? Why don't you tell me that?
I think you're.
Why don't you tell me that? I mean, I can tell you if you really like.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see where we're at, and
we will see. We will definitely see, dude. We will.
I'm
sure Ralph retort.
Yeah, you know, I got like 25,000
lights.
I got like 25,000 last night. You got like what 5?
Yeah,
I have a question for Ralph.
Drama. Yeah.
JFS.
By the way,
this touches the problem I wanted to talk about the blood sports community. Ralph, you seem to be bringing it back to bands, and bands is acceptable in blood sports, and it's acceptable in our communities. Do you distinguish the difference between bands and defamation?
Yeah, I mean, defamatory. I mean, look, if you say something that's defamatory or against the law, obviously, you know, you can't really defend that.
Okay,
but, I don't know that my statement was defamatory.
It was defamatory.
Well, prove it
demonstrably.
You have to prove it that it was defamatory, and also there's rules to whether a statement was slanderous or defamatory. They have to know that it was, and have to, you know, post it knowing that it was. So there's a lot of different criteria for saying that a statement's defamatory. So. Just saying that it's wrong doesn't mean
that you knew that.
No, just saying that
you backpedaled after you made
know
that
the law,
accusation.
Or do you not?
Backpedaled after you made that accusation and said,
"No, I didn't
backpedal. I actually didn't know if it was true or not. I guess if it's true. Shut the fuck up. You said I'll take your word for it. You said I'll take your word for it. I didn't know if it was true or not. You're going to make these vile, disgusting accusations about somebody who's not even in the. Yeah, it is vile.
It's just a coal burning, you know.
It is vile. Yeah,
coal burning by friction.
The kind of thing that you've done is disgusting. It's
God, so disgusting. Yes,
it is.
Yes.
It is. You're going to talk about who's white, and you're diluting your race.
But you're cool with having people dox and stuff like that. But
no, I'm not. I'm actually not. Tell me where I was okay with that, liar. Okay. Tell me where I was okay with that, you fat liar.
Yes.
Where? Tell me where.
Yes. I'll have to go back to the record. I came here in no prep. So
Tell me where, fat boy. Yeah, because it didn't happen. You fucking liar. You lie. That's the worst thing a person.
Oh, you mean
can
like
be.
You lied when you said you got that picture from the Washington Post and you absolutely did not?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh
yeah.
no, did you lie? Or did you not?
My Twitter.
Did
yeah,
you
you're
lie
right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Did you lie or did you not?
You're right. It was a picture
was it a
that
lie?
was. Yeah.
No,
look at the two pictures, fat ass.
Nick,
look at the two pictures.
Nick, was it a lie or was it not?
I got it from a Google image search.
Nick,
and the Washington Post picture.
Admit that you lied. Faggot.
Please,
admit that you lied.
Please give me a break. You're going to try and pretend that
you lied.
You just outright making things up is the same as me saying this picture, which is identical to the other one, was from the Washington Post.
Not even close to identical.
As opposed to Twitter.
How mad are you that you will never be white right now? Is that why you're so angry? I don't know.
There it is. And it's a very nice bait. But how does it feel that your children are going to have? How does it feel that your daughters are going to have mustaches? How does it feel that your daughters are going to have mustaches?
Can give you a job on his in real life streams.
How does it feel that your little baby daughters are going to be running around with mustaches and they're going to be like waddling around like little Oompa Loompas? Yes. How does that feel?
Hopefully Bake can throw you a job when your shitty little show fails.
We'll see what happens.
It's already failing pretty bad.
Yeah,
I mean, Bath was on there last night and it didn't.
You're right.
Good.
Yeah, you're relevant. You're relevant, big guy. Keep telling yourself.
I'm very relevant, actually.
Yeah, no, hey, I'm waiting for Gamergate Part 2. Maybe you'll start to get.
Hey, man, you don't have to wait, dude. Just men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie, Nick.
You're a clown. You're a clown.
Numbers don't lie, Nick.
This is why I didn't want to do this. Not because, I mean, who would be afraid of somebody like you? Not only somebody who's stupid, but somebody who's fat.
Yes.
But this is why I didn't want to do it because, I mean, you're just an absolute joke. You're an absolute clown. And the only reason why you're even here in the first place, reminder, is because you have propelled yourself back into relevance by taking advantage of gay e-celeb drama. 2 weeks ago, you were liking and retweeting my posts. Nobody had ever heard of you. I didn't even know who you were. And then it turns out that, Baked Alaska's falling apart, and you latch onto it like a parasite. You're like a leech. You latch onto this goofy internet drama. You're saying, my stream got 25,000 views. Yeah, this week, because you've latched onto this thing that Andy Warski and JF created, and you've latched on to the worst like derivative of it, which is this drama with Baked Alaska. Don't kid yourself, you fat fucking loser. That's why I didn't want to come on with you, because you're not worth anybody's time. You're not worth my time. But I had to come on to defend my sister.
First off, your daughters are going to be running. Your daughters are going to be running around with mustaches too. At least I chose it. You're just born into it.
Okay. So. Look at your wife.
you
wetback.
think-
So.
Yeah, sure.
May I ask a question here? Because Nick, you were saying we're being bullies towards Baked. I have my reasons why I dislike him, and I'm writing him off. But do you see that, like, because Ralph said a few mean tweets about you, and now all the things that you're saying to Ralph right now are in the realm of being a bully? Why sometimes being mean to someone online that doesn't matter? You can say whatever you want to Ralph. I don't fucking care. But do you see
Look,
how...
I'm not against being mean to people online. I'm
Right.
not even against going after people. I just think it has to be proportional. I think there has to be some element
Well,
of
someone who's a
reciprocity.
fucking rat is proportional to me not wanting
Well,
to
but
be
think
about it.
okay, but we're kind of merging two different issues here. We're Baked Alaska. He's got it's you that's going after him. It's Medicare that's going after him. It's Tonkasaw.
Because he's a
Kumite.
fucking lol count, dude.
Okay,
That's why people are going
but
after
let's
him.
think
The
about
reason that I got his audience is because we were making fun of him and it was entertaining. Like that's what happened. We talk about parasitic. No, we were fucking having fun laughing at a fucking retard. Is what we're going to continue to do, by the way.
Dude, you're a retard.
Dude,
Give me-
okay, yes, my little 19-year-old Nick, yes.
Yeah.
I'll buy you a drink here in a
I'm
couple
smarter
years.
than you, and I'm like probably half your age, and I'm
Yeah,
smarter than you,
okay.
and I'm better looking than you.
You're
and
a little
I have
faggot.
more followers
You look like you
than
suck
you.
cock for fucking $50 at the gay bar.
Oh,
So
that's,
yeah,
that's
yes,
really
you're so attractive.
real
Metrosexual
classy,
faggot.
real
Yes.
classy. Yeah, no, yeah,
Metrosexual
metrosexual. Yeah, because I'm not a fat fucking slob. That makes
Yes,
me a
little faggot.
metrosexual.
Yes, okay.
You're right. The the virgin taking care of
Little
your
faggot.
appearance versus the Chad letting yourself go.
Keep on this political pundit career. I'm sure to work out, Nick. I'm very sure.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what
We
happens,
will.
Ralph.
We will.
We'll
Is
see
there a
where I
way-
am in a year, and we'll see where you are.
Is there a way?
I'll take
we
that
will.
bet.
Hey,
Is
let's
there-
take a bet.
is
What
there a-
day is this? April 19th.
Yeah.
April 19th, 2018.
Yes.
Let's check back on Warski Live next year on this day, and we'll see where we both are.
Start it
Let's do it.
tomorrow because tomorrow's Hitler's birthday. We can all
Okay,
remember
that makes sense.
We can all remember that date.
Yeah, let's do it. 420. Yes.
We're having a party here tomorrow, by the way. On
We'll
Warski
see where we
Live.
both are.
Just kidding.
And if I'm in a better spot than you, you can eat your words. And
I'll take that bet any day.
and
I
look,
would
and
bet.
vice versa, I'll eat my words. How about that?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Sounds fair.
I'm gonna
one
enter
year.
the bet and bring my 2 cents in and say I'm betting on Nick.
Yeah.
And Ralph, what the strategy that you've adopted within the last weeks, you can do it. But you are turning to the drama that is unsustainable in the long term.
It's not really
That's my view
unsustainable,
right
though,
now.
JF. I mean, look at the Kumite. You
Well,
talk
I
about
think
nobody likes drama. People love drama. And Tonga Saw said the
No,
same thing.
I'm not
People-
saying nobody likes drama. I'm
They love
saying
it.
I think that your current strategy is unsustainable. I think that
Yeah,
you
we'll
are
see.
currently being overrated due to drama.
We'll see.
And you're gonna have to find, or you could change in the next year, and you could find a way to have some more depth. But right now, what I see is that you are surfing
He's
on
got
waves.
plenty of depth. There's plenty of depth.
I
to all
think
these
you're
rounds.
comparing apples to oranges, JF.
Well,
You
I
could be
think what JF
successful
is
in-
getting at
I'm sorry.
is that I think what JF is getting at is that right now Ralph's channel, because I just looked at the Social Blades number, Ralph's channel exploded a few thousand subs in the past week because of the things that have happened. And if he's building his channel on this, he might want to be careful that he doesn't fuck over his supply and demand if the supply of drama doesn't equal the demand that his channel needs to sustain the way it is.
Well, look,
Exactly.
everybody loves drama. I mean, it's not like I was doing kill streams plenty, long time before this. And it's not all drama that we talk about. We still talk about news. We have some debates on there. Now, it's not like, Warski as much. I know you guys have segmented debates. We don't really do that as much. It's not all drama.
It's a new
but,
thing, though. It's a new thing that we're doing now. We're segmenting our debates just to change the show.
Yeah, I like what you guys are doing. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, people are saying, "Oh, it's just the baked drama." No, I mean that's what's kind of blown us up in the last week. But I don't know. People seem to like it. I think I'm going to be just fine, to be honest with you. I appreciate
I
it.
think-
That will not age well. This soundbite will not age.
Okay.
See-
Well,
see,
hey,
but
I
Nick,
put it out there.
You don't know
Check
because
back and-
the thing is
Go
we're
ahead.
comparing genres, different audiences, different styles. Like it's very hard to tell what will be popular. Like what's popular now, next year, no one might talk about. I mean, look at the feminism talk. That shit just fucking died. No one gives a shit about that anymore. And that was within 4 months. We don't know what's going to happen in a year from now. And all of our channels will continuously evolve into what we find interesting, what audiences find interesting. We don't know, right?
Well, things
to be
evolve.
clear, I'm not making an argument based on comparison. I'm not saying he's not doing the right thing compared to Warski Live or something like that. I'm analyzing, just like Sinatra described, I'm analyzing the supply and demand. And there is some problem that you're going to come up with, which is the lack of drama sometimes, but also the fact that for the last 2 days, you've been hosting essentially a session of aggression and harassment against Zoom and Tabby, which
Zoom's
was,
a piece
in
of
my
shit.
view,
That audio,
This
that
is the whole
audio,
thing.
JF, where they say that they're watching child porn is disturbing and disgusting, and their comments, their backup from that made no sense at all, and it's just creepy.
these people have been harassed for hours on that stream, Andy.
They stayed on. They stayed on, and
They
the
stayed
audio
there.
clip is them watching a 6-year-old
they have been
being fucked in the
facing
ass.
questions that were extremely loaded, that were, in my view, unethical, and they have given an answer that you and Tonka, did not perceive at all or did not address at all. They said we were playing out. This recording was a play out of some script, of some things that they wanted to troll about.
And I could sniff out bullshit. I'll call it out in front of their faces. I'm not going to go, okay, well, you didn't watch a 6-year-old being fucked in the ass, even though there was a 15-minute clip that didn't look scripted at all, that sounds absolutely fucking disgusting, and their explanation made no sense at all.
I'm not saying that it's intelligent
times.
to be. I'm not saying it's intelligent to be mounting that kind of fake recording, but I'm saying, do you have evidence that they weren't joking at that time, other than I can sniff bullshit? Because if you cannot respond to this question,
inconsistencies in their response, yes.
The inconsistencies that you guys have been outlining were not inconsistencies. There was no inconsistency in their response.
Should I just buy it? Should I just buy their story? Go, oh, okay, fair enough.
No, you shouldn't buy it.
So then what?
But you shouldn't be there saying that your only argument is I can sniff bullshit, when in fact the inconsistencies that you guys have attributed to them were not present in the story.
Go, JF. Explain it.
So when Tonkasa comes and Tonkasa says your story changed, and you also came on the stream and you said their story changed. The story of Zoom objectively did not change.
Yes, it did.
I'm sorry.
It started with
the label change.
No, they said we were trolling online.
We were just trolling?
Yeah, for an audience, LOL. And then by the end, the story was she was drunk and mad at me and then made me admit I'm a child pedophile so I could have no friends online. That's a
exactly,
big leap.
And I want you to process this single question in your little brain, Andy. Are these two explanations? Listen to me.
JF.
Listen
You're
to this
being a
question.
fucking idiot right
It
now.
will save you a
you're
lot of
being an
trouble in
idiot
life
right now.
if you can ask yourself this single question.
You're blinded right now. That was creepy and made no fucking sense. They changed their story.
Stop with the creepy. Stop with the moral fagging. I'm asking you a single question.
Trying to act
Andy.
I'm thinking outside the box right now. No, you're not.
Are you done?
Yes, I am done.
You just said that there was an inconsistency between trolling and between her being drunk and wanting to keep him in the relation. Ask yourself this single question, Andy. Are these two statements contradictory?
Yes. Because they started with, we were joking for an audience.
You can be drunk and you can be trolling, Andy.
They said we were joking to entertain an audience, to the end of, I did it because I love her and I felt bad. And
these two things are not contradictory,
yes,
Andy. You can do these two things at the same time. You
can
can want two things from life.
It's completely fucking different.
It is not different.
Yes,
it can exist at the same time. It is not a contradiction.
Did you hear the whole stream?
Yes, well, yeah, most of it. I
Most
missed
of
the
it.
beginning.
Well, I was there. I saw some screenshots. I was looking into it for the whole fucking day, and it was inconsistent as fuck. That's my opinion. If you think I was harassing him, I wasn't even mean to him. People thought I was being soft on him. I was just saying, this looks fucked. That's all I said. Tonka, he's a very aggressive dude. He was the one bashing, but I still said I disavow because that's fucked up.
You are appealing to undisplayed evidence, and I showed that those two statements are not contradictory. Therefore, you're relying on hidden evidence.
Two people
you are relying on hidden evidence instead of addressing my point, which is that the inconsistency that you attribute and that Tonka attributed were not inconsistencies. Andy, let me ask you something. Do you stream tonight because you want to be heard by people or because you want to make money?
I'm not going to admit that I fucking watch child porn if I didn't watch child porn. That's fucked
You're
up.
You're moving the subject. I'm talking about inconsistency. Two IDs. Are you streaming to be heard by an audience, or are you streaming to make money tonight, Andy?
Both.
Both. Two things can be happening at the same time. They can be two goals to a single action.
They said they
and
were
you haven't
doing
shown
this.
any
They said they
inconsistency
were doing
between
this
these
for
two
an
stated
audience.
goals.
They said they were doing this for an audience.
Damn! I just want to say that he got it, man. He got it. He gets it.
Okay, fine, yeah, whatever. They were doing that for an audience. That's what they said. That was a private recorded thing with only two other people. The two people he dragged in to defend him were both like, oh, never mind, and had nothing to say. They made up a story because what they said was showing that they watched child porn. Of course they're going to fucking deny it. And I'm not going to fucking take the word of people who said they were watching a 6-year-old being fucked in the fucking ass.
You keep bringing it like Tonkasa to moral fagging about
Moral
the action.
fagging. All right, fine.
Child pornography. I'm talking to you about establishing the truth, and you failed at establishing that their story was
You failed to establish
contradictory.
that what they did was not true.
I don't have to do that because I presume innocence.
Okay, presume
So,
the
I don't
innocence even with all
understand
the
this.
fucking evidence.
I don't understand the story at all. I missed all of last night. What is the accusation against Zoom and his girl and the evidence to support the accusation? Because I know literally nothing about it.
A 15-minute audio clip of them having an argument in a private chat and them talking, him being very berating towards her, trying to convince her because they had apparently watched child porn, and him convincing her that, yo, what you did was illegal. You watched it. And she goes, well, it was making me horny and blah, blah, blah. And it sounds very fucked up. And then their defense went from we were trolling to entertain an audience to, oh, yeah, she was going to break up with me. So she made me admit that I watched child porn so I would be off the internet.
They're literally on tape saying it.
Let me explain the defense correctly here.
Go ahead.
Their defense is we were in a Skype conversation in parallel to that audio conversation, and she says that she was inciting him to play this, to act out this admission. Now, it's completely stupid to act out an admission on record of watching child porn, but it seems that this is what they said, and they said that separately. And these guys were asking about Zoom. They were asking to Zoom to describe this interaction, and Zoom made this account of the situation. And they then got Tabby to come on the stream, and she confirmed every detail that is relevant, that this audio recording was made as an act.
Right,
for some reason,
believe
within their
it, JF,
relationship, they
If you think I'm wrong, and I mean, I was just saying my opinion, sounds creepy, that's it. If you don't think that I can have an opinion on that, then, well, good luck to you, because that's my opinion. I'm not going to fucking turn away. I never said that. I'm not going to turn back. If you think I'm moral fagging on what I saw as a fucked up thing, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying hate Zoom or do this or do that. I'm just going, that's what I see. And if you see the other thing,
you
then
cannot
fine.
have an opinion.
That's fine.
I never said you cannot have an opinion. I said you are relying on a contradiction that does not exist.
Well, you're relying on the belief of two people who are obvious, or in my opinion, guilty of something that would lie about that. then
I'm relying
that's
on
your
zero
opinion. That's your opinion.
beliefs.
Fine. I'm just saying what I saw was creepy. You think, they're probably innocent. Fine.
No, I didn't even say that. I didn't say that they were
Fine, then
innocent.
you believe
I
what you
didn't
want to
say
believe. I believe what I believe. That's it, man.
I have no beliefs about
That's
child
it.
pornography in this couple. I have a belief about you stating a contradiction on the public space that does not exist and
That's what
fooling
you
the
think. That's what
audience
you
into
think. That's what you
believing
think.
into
Fine.
this inconsistency.
I was there. I was there.
Can I ask this, Jay? Have you heard all this audio?
No, I don't care.
Then why the fuck do you even have an opinion on this? I didn't hear the evidence, but I'll just make a blanket statement.
Andy, I want you to state it for me. What do I have an opinion on?
You're saying I have a contradiction. You didn't even hear the fucking evidence that would be the contradiction.
No. You don't have a contradiction about the audio recording.
You
What do
are
I have
saying,
an opinion on?
You are saying that I'm not believing them at face value. I heard the evidence.
No,
Okay, what are
Andy,
saying?
you
Sorry.
are confused.
Sorry, clarify,
Confused, Andy,
clarify then.
confused.
All right, clarify.
I have a belief that you stated that they were contradicting themselves when they did not.
Contradicting compared to the actual evidence.
Can we
Yes.
Can we get the evidence? Can we hear just a small
No.
portion?
Just to be clear, because I want to finish this with Andy. You said that they have changed
If
their
I
story
fucked up my
during the
statement,
stream.
my whole statement is they said they were trolling. When you hear the evidence, it's fucking creepy as fuck. And then by the end, the story changed to I loved her and she was saying that to make me trolling and her forcing him to do something to be off the internet are different in my opinion.
I mean,
If
you
don't
need to
think
hear the
that,
audio,
fine.
right?
If
Yeah,
you
that's
don't think
my
that, fine, but that's my viewpoint.
The audio doesn't matter here.
Yes, it
These
does.
two statements
Why
that
not?
you just
You
did,
didn't fucking hear it.
there is
She didn't listen to it.
No. My statement is about what Andy just stated, that trolling and acting and breaking up with a girlfriend and being emotional about it are not contradictory stories.
In my opinion, they are.
Explain the contradiction.
Trolling, they said we were trolling to entertain an audience, right? Then your form of trolling is, well, they hang on, sorry, I'll say this properly. It turned into she was mad at him for, I guess, to having online arguments or whatever the thing was. What was it, Ralph? What was she mad about? People roasting.
Yeah, people were. I guess she just kind of wanted him disassociated from that community, and she was catching a lot of heat for it too. I don't even remember. Yeah, that was about it. But I'll just say this: you should hear the audio itself because it's kind of hard to listen to that.
No. I don't. I won't let you.
Well, how can you
that
give an
back.
opinion on it if you haven't heard the fucking
I
audio,
do not
dude?
care. I do not
What do
care.
you mean you
about
don't care?
the
You don't
fucking
care about
audio.
the
Then what's
evidence?
the point of having this conversation?
Because my statement does not rely on the audio. My statement relies on your
JF.
claimed contradiction.
In my mind,
And
hang on. In my mind, trolling and making and entertaining an audience is different than a girl forcing you to do something to stay with her. In my brain,
now
those are
let me
different.
ask you something, Andy. Can you be forced by a girl to troll?
That's not a troll.
No.
Entertaining an audience.
Answer to my question.
'cause you're
Can you
framing
be
it wrong.
forced?
You are
Can you be
framing it
forced?
fucking wrong. You are framing it wrong. Trolling to entertain is different than trolling for a girl. In my viewpoint, these are two completely different trolls.
Okay, Andy,
If you
let
wanna
me
be stuck on
rephrase
a
my
definition
question.
there-
Let me rephrase my question. Can you possibly be forced by a girl to troll in order to entertain an audience?
But that wasn't to entertain.
If there were two people, they would be entertained. And if there was the girl listening, she would be entertained. Can you be
weird
just answer
twisted,
yes or
in
no
your
question?
twisted-
Can you be
in
forced
your
by a girl
twisted
to
definition,
entertain
fine.
an audience?
In your twisted definition, sure. In my logical definition, trolling and entertaining is different than cucking to a girl by admitting you watch
I haven't
child
asked
porn.
if it's different. I asked if it's
In my
contradictory.
brain, it's
I asked
different.
if you can
You're
do both at the
creating
same
a broad
time.
statement of troll. You're creating a fucking broad statement of troll, in my opinion.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I mean,
I'm
Andy,
just saying there's
should
no
we just
contradiction.
play the
And you
audio?
claim
now?
there-
I
Like,
think so. I think so.
I think so too. Like,
Let's fucking hear the audience and let's hear this fucking hilarious troll. That's so fucking funny.
I
was
don't
this
care
being
about listening
broadcast
to
to
this
people?
audio.
Was the audio being broadcast to people?
Yesterday, yes.
there was like five. There was a few people in the room. I think it
Where's
wasn't
the-
broadcast. As a matter of fact, the witness that he brought on to help prove his case or whatever that it was a troll originally said, yeah, it's probably a troll, and then she realized that it wasn't being broadcast to their community or whatever, and then she said, I don't know, Zoom, like this doesn't really seem like I thought it would. So
I'm
Pretty
literally
much.
more confused now than I was 5 minutes
I don't
ago.
even know what this is about.
Me neither.
I don't even know where we are.
you should watch the kill stream,
Last-
Nick, and you would know.
Yeah,
just kidding.
pass.
Are there clips?
You were just on the kill stream last week, so I guess you didn't.
Yeah,
pass
it's
then.
before I learned you were a retarded idiot.
All right,
but now I know.
all right.
Now I know.
I want to say to everyone who thinks I'm being dumb about this, listen to that audio and defend him.
Do you have the clip, or do you want me to?
Can someone just
defend
put, like, a
that
10-minute
fucking
clip in the chat?
disgusting audio.
Guys, in defense of JF, one can have two ends if you reference them in the same breath. So an action can achieve two
And then when you
things.
hear the actual evidence, that is against this, you'd have a different opinion, in my opinion.
Okay. JF, I know you don't want to hear the audio, but I and a majority of the chat would like to hear
Have
it. So
to
is
hear
it
the
like-
audio. We have to at this
hold
point.
on.
Can we
I'm
get like a
getting it right now.
5-minute just something?
Part 2. Hey, Ralph, can you play part 2?
Yes, look, I'm grabbing it right now. I have to scroll back through my DMs. That's the only thing. Oh fuck.
And I wanted
Yeah,
to
I
say,
have
by
it.
the way, like even though me and JF are fighting, JF, I still love you, buddy.
Me too.
Okay. We could fight.
Oh, I
See,
think
we-
gave you
And
the
yeah, I
audio.
just want you to understand that I'm not debating is this guy has this guy seen a child porn video. I'm debating was your statement right or wrong when you said that he was contradicting his own story. I say your statement was wrong.
and I say that we're
Okay.
seeing in different.
You said you
rights.
wanted to hear part 2, right?
Yeah, part 2 was.
Here's part 2 right here.
Oh,
in the-
Ken,
in the
JF,
search.
may you play that because you have the thing.
Look, Andy, I don't mind being in this room, but I will not make an action that will play a piece of evidence that I haven't reviewed. This is against my journalistic.
But you can read it. You can review it right now.
I think that we have to play it because I want to play it.
Well,
the
do you want
audience,
to
for the
seconds
audience,
just
not
to
for you.
listen
Can we just hear it? Can we just play?
The audience
I
is
mean,
asking.
Jeff, if you want to step out while we listen to it and you could do it on your own time and then review it and then make your own decision, you could do that. However, I want to listen to it. The audience wants to hear it. Let's hear the audio.
Okay. Ralph, send
Yes.
it to me on Twitter,
Okay.
and I can fuck with my switchboard real quick and try to play it through.
All right, I can do that. There you go. Here's part 2 right here. There's like 3 parts, by the way.
Oh, son of a bitch. No, I can't. I forgot I got the stupid fucking iPhone.
Well, I mean, Jeff could start it, and JF could start it, and then just take his headset off. I mean,
No,
he
that
doesn't
would be an action against my moral principles.
All right. Then,
That sounds
there's
retarded.
someone
I'm
who
not
doesn't
gonna
want to
lie.
hear the evidence that maybe come to that conclusion.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll go grab my cord.
I mean, we literally just played it last night in front of like 2,800 people.
No integrity.
I don't pass on information that I haven't verified, unlike you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I could say a lot about you, but I won't.
Ooh.
I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back.
Oh boy, we're bogged down, fellas. We're really bogged into. I don't even know what is the story here. Can somebody summarize it while we're prepping the clip or whatever? What are we?
There is an audio where someone admits looking at child porn.
Okay.
These people now claim this audio we were playing out, we were acting out, we haven't actually watched child porn.
JF,
We
do you
were
realize
just
this is not
faking.
your show, dude? Do you realize that? I don't know if you've quite caught on, but this is not your.
I'm gonna show
This is
you
not
how
your
much
program.
it's my show. I'm gonna eject you from
Okay,
this
good.
Googling out.
Okay, good.
Go
Thank
fuck
you.
yourself.
Right. Epic style.
Do we have any other subject? That's how much it's my show. I can kick you, you little fucker. No, you're not small. You're not little. You're a fat fuck.
Why'd you kick him out?
Because he was insulting me, and I kick people who insult me.
You can't kick him out of the show for insulting you. Have I been kicked off?
Can.
Wait. Would I kick someone off for insulting me? That's so sensitive.
He was adding a very bad mood to the audio track.
So you're being just sensitive about this.
Oh, no, it's not sensitive. I'm sensitive for the audience. I don't want them to be exposed to crappy content. And Andy, I love you. I didn't do that to challenge your
rather
authority.
than get off
but I
black.
cannot let this guy pollute a show I'm on.
No,
I'm sorry.
you can't.
I add the option of the eject button. I do it for the audience.
Why are you being?
So do you want me to play this audio?
Hang on. So when someone challenges me on something, when you call me low IQ, I have to fucking take it. And the moment someone challenges you, you boot them from the show.
No, it's that his challenge is inappropriate intellectually. That's the problem.
Oh my God,
He just threatened. He just
intellectually,
threatened me with revealing stuff about my private life right here. I'm not taking threats. I'm not taking threats anymore. If someone comes on this stream and says, "Hey, I could say some things about you," you're kicked. It's simple, and I'm sorry. It could have been entertaining, but the reality is that this discussion was dying.
So if someone were to call me out, and then I would be like, "No, I'm gonna kick you off." That just shows that you're being freaking sensitive about this.
So I just got my socks wet for nothing.
To be honest, it's not about sensitivity. It's about this guy has not brought anything. He's interrupted Nick throughout.
Who gives a fuck?
He has very low morality. I don't respect him. I decided to kick him the same way we say sometimes Kevin Logan is a piece of shit and we might kick him because he intervenes too much or he cuts people. I decided to kick him. I stand by my decision and I get from you that you don't agree with it.
No, I don't.
But I mean, it's either you can take it or we can maybe part ways at some point.
Almost every fucking show by people. You have bashed me in the public space in front of people. Do I go, well, we have to kick everyone who makes fun of Andy now?
No, Andy, did I kick you? Did I say, oh, Andy is against what I say, I'm going to kick Andy? No, I kicked a particular person who was causing problem, who was suggesting threats of revealing stuff about my private life. I'm going to kick him. By the way, I've let people call me a rapist to my face on this show. Did I ask them to be kicked? Did I kick them? No. I can take a proper challenge to me. Ralph's retorts point and reviewing a 15-minute audio clip is not proper to the point I was making. It's not intellectually interesting to me.
So we're not going to watch the audio then.
I'm just this is annoying. That you can't handle the criticism to you. That you kicked someone off the show. After
but what's the criticism to me? What's the valid critique of my statement?
I get shit on all the fucking time. And I
leave but what's the valid critique of my statement? What would we have gained in staying here 15 minutes more with Ralph?
We would have listened to the audio that everyone wants to listen to.
I have the audio either way.
I mean, clearly he didn't have playback capabilities, so he was not going to be the one playing it.
Yeah, but he knows a lot. He was there. He did the show last night.
Well, I mean, we can re-invite him back, but...
he crossed the line. He crossed the line.
Exactly.
Fine, fucking bring him back and I'll talk to him. And if he's going to cross the line and I see it's a line being crossed, and I'll be like, sorry, you're going to have to leave. But, like...
Is there even a way we can uneject someone from Google Hangout?
I think you have to re-invite them through the Hangout on Gmail. I'm not 100% sure. I think that's how it is. So.
What's the goal of listening to this audio? This audio, we know what it contains. It contains an admission of looking at child porn. I'm fine with it. Let's admit it. That's what the audio says.
Fine. If you think that I was wrong about them changing the story, fine. That's fucking not even the point of any of the situation that happened last night. It's fucking a whatever. It's an opinion. That's all it is. But the fucking audio, the clip is horrific. It's disgusting, and I don't want to associate myself with people who talk like that.
Absolutely.
Or
that's
watching
fine.
a 6-year-old being fucked in the ass. Yeah, like I
Isn't
want
that
to
what's
be.
said in the clip?
I'm fine
Yes,
with that.
and also like someone like Destiny talking about ethical child porn. Even I don't want to be associated with someone who talks about that. Amos Yee, he's not a pedophile of admission, but he advocates for pedophilia. Therefore, I don't want to be associated with him. Whether it's true or not, if you're gonna talk, and the fucking description of it was disgusting. That was my point from yesterday's show. If you think I'm wrong about that point, it doesn't even fucking matter. That's just a throwaway point.
And I respect that. That's totally fine.
Fair enough.
The audio
You may think that someone is too slimy, even if they didn't contradict themselves in a particular statement, that they're just too slimy to be with. Personally, at this point, I consider Ralph Retort too slimy for me.
The audio clip I have here is 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Do you guys want to listen to it?
Sure. Yeah. Let's just hear it so we're not blue balling the audience.
Yeah, you're blue balling me too. I need to see what this shit is. All right.